Okay, let's talk about a revolution. But this isn't the kind you might be thinking of. This one's happening almost silently in one of the busiest, loudest places on the entire planet, a global shipping port. I mean, just take a second and look around you. Your phone, that coffee mug, maybe the chair you're sitting in right now. Pretty much everything we own travels through these massive arteries of global trade. And right at the heart of it all are the ports, working around the clock, 24/7, just to keep our world moving. But all of that constant motion, it comes at a cost, a pretty big one. And it's a cost we measure in emissions, in pollution, and in just a whole lot of noise. So, what exactly is the hidden price tag on our global supply chain? And more importantly, is there anything we can actually do about it? Well, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to get into. So, to really get the solution, you've got to understand the problem first. Inside any port, you'll find these absolute beasts, fleets of terminal trucks. Their whole job is to shuttle those giant shipping containers from the massive ships to these towering stacks. And for decades, every single one of these workhorses has run on diesel. And listen, the problem is way bigger than just CO2. These diesel engines are constantly pumping out nasty pollutants like NOx and soot, which are terrible for air quality. They are incredibly loud, creating a really stressful environment for everyone working there. And get this, a huge amount of fuel is completely wasted just from the trucks sitting there idling in line. It's just a constant, inefficient burn. So, how in the world do you fix a problem that big? Well, for the answer, we're going to zoom in on the Middle East, specifically to Hutchison Ports Sohar and Oman. They decided to take a pretty bold gamble, and they became the first in the entire nation to tackle this diesel problem head on. And their first move? It was a big one. They didn't just, test out one or two electric trucks to see how it went. No, they went all in. They deployed an entire fleet of 15 fully electric, zero-emission container trucks right from the get-go. This wasn't some small experiment. It was a major statement. All right, so let's make the hero of our story here. This is the piece of technology that's making this whole revolution possible, the fully electric container truck, or e-truck, from a company called Westwell. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but can an electric truck really handle the heavy lifting? Just look at this number, 75 tons. That is the gross weight this machine can haul around. It is every bit as powerful as its diesel cousins, and it's ready for the absolute toughest jobs in the port. Okay, but what about charging time? I mean, that's always the big question with electric vehicles, right? Well, this is where things get really, really clever. A diesel truck, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to refuel. This e-truck, a 5-minute robotic battery swap. Not a recharge, a full-on swap. So here's how it works. It's pretty amazing. A truck with a low battery just drives into a special bay. An automated robot slides out the used-up battery and, in the same motion, slides in a fully charged one. The truck is then ready to roll, all in about 5 minutes. This bit of tech is the secret weapon that lets these things run 24/7 without missing a beat. And if you look at the specs, you can see these are seriously impressive machines. A massive 282 kilowatt-hour battery gives it over 16 hours of runtime on just one charge. It's got regenerative braking to recapture energy when it slows down. And this is the really cool part. It's totally future-proof. It's already built with the hardware to be upgraded to fully autonomous driving later on. So we've got the amazing technology, but what's the actual real-world impact? What does it actually feel like on the ground when you switch from diesel to electric? Well, the answer is something you can both see and hear. Or not hear. Seriously, just try to imagine it. The constant, deafening roar of dozens of giant diesel engines running day and night. It's overwhelming. Now, imagine that roar is just gone. The biggest, most immediate change at the port of Sohar wasn't something you could see. It was the sudden, shocking absence of noise. And when you put them side by side like this, the difference is it's not even a contest. With diesel, you get high emissions, loud noise, and tons of wasted energy when the trucks are just sitting there. The e-truck just wipes the board clean. Zero tailpipe emissions, super low noise, and absolutely no energy wasted when the truck is stopped. It's a clean sweep. And it all comes down to this one beautiful number, 0. A number that means absolutely everything for air quality. 0 carbon dioxide going into the atmosphere, and 0 harmful NOx or soot polluting the air for the workers and for the entire community nearby. Look, this project in Oman is so much more than just a local success story. It's a blueprint. It's a proof of concept for the entire global logistics industry. It's showing everyone that a greener, cleaner future for shipping isn't just possible, it's actually practical right now. Now, to get why this is such a huge deal for the companies involved, we gotta quickly talk about a term you hear a lot: Scope 1 emissions. Basically, these are the direct emissions a company is responsible for, like the exhaust coming right out of its own fleet of trucks. For any company with serious climate goals, tackling these is priority number one. And you can see how this one project just clicks into place in a much larger vision. The 2025 truck deployment is a critical step for Hutchison Ports to hit its super aggressive 2030 target, which then helps the entire nation of Oman move toward its 2050 net zero goal. It's like a chain reaction of progress. And the benefits just keep stacking up. This move makes the port a sustainability leader in the region. It future-proofs them against new emissions regulations. It paves the way for full automation. It even reduces the risk of messy diesel spills and dramatically improves safety and comfort for the port employees. It's a win-win-win. You know, in the end, this quote really says it all perfectly. This isn't just about swapping out one kind of engine for another. It's a fundamental shift, a move toward a smarter, cleaner, and way more efficient way of doing business in one of the most important industries in the world. So let's end on this thought. For years, we've kind of been told that heavy industry is just too big, too powerful to electrify quickly. But if a port can replace its 75-ton workhorses with silent, zero-emission machines that can work 24/7, what does that tell you about everything else? What's the next quiet revolution waiting to happen?